Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Pirillo. I believe the live stream has officially started here on YouTube, though it's been a while since I've done a live stream on Twitch, at least in any somewhat official capacity. YouTube is radically different from Twitch. Of course, you know I am streaming live on Twitch every evening at 6 p.m., and I intend on continuing to do that, including tonight, which means you're getting 2 live streams from me today, potentially 3. And I say 3, kind of, because I've been toying with the idea of doing a Twitter space. It's like audio only, and doing like a tech time on Twitter. It'd be kind of fun, don't you think? Maybe? So let me go ahead and welcome everybody who's tuned in live. Jesse Moreno, good to see you. Thanks again, Jesse, for all your comments, not just on the tech videos I've been uploading to this channel, but also the inspirational, motivational shorts videos that I uploaded to that particular channel, the TikTok type of videos. Appreciate that. Twitch may not be as much fun. I'm sorry, let me say that again. YouTube may not be as much fun as Twitch, because Twitch has, you know, all sorts of fun things that we can do. So I'm going to make this stream as fun as it possibly can be. Normally I would save my cereal for the Saturday evening broadcast, but since it's Saturday morning, this kind of fits. I mean, the fun cereal, or the cereal fun, because Saturday morning was always fun for me. And cartoons can be watched 24/7. It's not the same as it used to be. But I enjoyed eating cereal, so this is, those who have been watching the Twitch broadcast for a while now, a tradition on Saturday to eat some fun cereal. And sometimes it's not fun, sometimes it's functional. This is definitely more fun, as long as I can get the bag open. Okay, here we go. It's Captain Crunch. So I'm expecting this is going to taste like shards of glass, or at least that's the texture, right? Captain Crunchy. Man, I didn't get a lot of berries in that pour. I've got it in the cereal bowl, the gigantic cereal bowl. It is ready to go. Hey, thank you, Sis Nerd. I appreciate that you like the Pixel versus the iPhone photos. That was not even really something that I planned on doing. Originally, I just thought I would pit the iPhone 13 against the only other flagship that I really had, and that would be the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. And that one ended up being 50 minutes long. Oh, by the way, the milk I'm using, straight from almond nipples. This is premium almond nipple milk. Where else do you think milk comes from? It's gotta come from nipples! I know, I ran out of the oat nipple guy's milk. You know, the Quaker Oats guy, that's where the oat milk comes from, his nipples. Ew. This just looks disconcerting. Now, it says it's supposed to turn the milk green. There's a piece here. Well, that Pixel iPhone video comparison ended up doing better than I thought, because someone had submitted it to the Google Pixel subreddit, and I learned that because of the TubeBuddy extension that I've been using. It's a power tool specifically for people who use YouTube, and I started using that this week, which explains why there was a misfire, why 3 or 4 videos got published yesterday in the channel. That was totally pebcac. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. But either way, Sis Nerd, I appreciate you watching the tech videos, commenting, liking, sharing, because this is going to be a long road backward. Or backward? Hopefully not going backward. Hopefully going forward. Aveline French, good to see you. Always appreciate your support and your membership. Aveline French is a member. She's been a member of this channel for a long time, and she's there with me on Twitch. And oh my god, it is turning the milk green. Oh, green milk? Whoa. Let's see if it turns my mouth green. You need cereal? Cereal. Sorry, I can't read. I got cereal on the brain. Booty Daddy says, you need scissors. Those dumb cereal bags explode open. They do. Neville Littlejohns, thank you for this first super chat of the day. Have a great stream. It will be, because you're here, or at least you are here. You have been there for me through thick and thin. I appreciate it. Ivan, the milk is almond. And hello, everybody else. Captain Crunch is too darn sweet. It is really sweet. But, you know, it's Halloween time, and I figured I have to. It turns the milk green. I don't know if it was on sale. Usually I get my cereals on sale, but, yeah. Devon says, I should say, Fucho says, I think the Quaker Oat guy is milk dry at this point. He might very well be. This will wake you up. Because many of you know, I'm no longer drinking coffee. That was a sad turn. I think I've developed a caffeine intolerance. Kind of like I've developed an iOS intolerance. I wonder if the two are related. John Stewart says, Chris, been with you since around 2007. Still haven't stopped. Keep it up. Thank you. Man, thank you. You're choking me up. Not a good thing. Hope to see y'all when I do the daily live streams too. But, you know, this live stream is more of a test. It's more to see whether or not a live stream could work or be viable on YouTube every week, Saturday morning, this time of day, getting up early on a Saturday to play with y'all, and potentially have like an AMA session. So like any tech questions that you might have had over the week, questions for me that I might have not have addressed, things that need to be on my radar, that kind of thing. And so live is my bailiwick. I'm more of a live streamer than I am a traditional YouTuber, if you can call him that. So I even shot a new channel trailer and uploaded it yesterday, basically saying, hey, if you like a conversational style, raw, unedited, then you're going to like subscribing to me. Ivan Garcia. My cholesterol is doing amazing. Thank you very much. Got tested a couple months ago. It's never been better. I'm vegan. Still vegan, I should say. And believe that the way I'd been eating for the greater part of 6 months had a big influence to do with that. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Chris, I used to watch your videos back in the past. Good to see you back on YouTube. Just recently discovered your channel again. Well, here's the thing. I never really left YouTube. YouTube changed, and I actually did a little rant last night talking about this, and that clip may end up being uploaded to this channel, so you're going to hear something that stages that here. YouTube shifted in such a way that I couldn't figure out how to do it well. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to figure out how to do YouTube well. To this point, I'm doing a live stream on YouTube. Now, I know YouTube has live stream functionality, but it's different. And you have to perform a certain way as a creator on YouTube that you're not expected to on other platforms. Because I'm more of a variety streamer, less of a video producer. I'm using video, yes. I'm communicating, back and forth with y'all. But it's different for me. I mean, I've got different scenes set up too, right? I can flip over and show you that, even this morning I'm printing, I'm doing kyber crystals right now, 6 kyber crystals in this filament. I still have the, this one to take the supports off of, so I may end up doing that and answer questions later in this broadcast. But I'm just more of this kind of streamer, an interactive type of individual, someone who doesn't edit video. And so I found it very difficult to do what it was that I needed to do on YouTube by comparison. That said, it seems that the pendulum swung both ways. I gotta be careful talking. Devon's right. I gotta eat the cereal. Now my authenticity seems more genuine because I don't edit my videos. It's very conversational. I've had that remark several times over. Just over the past couple of weeks alone, people saying that they find it refreshing because so many videos are over the top, over polished, perfect, seemingly like commercials, that doing something straightforward is different. And that's the way I always was. I never really changed. So maybe it's become my time again, at least how I choose to do things. John Stewart says, I want the skeuomorphic look back in iOS. That book's app was so warm and inviting. John, I don't disagree. I miss skeuomorphism, but the thing that you may want to research is neumorphism. That may be the next step. That's something I would like to see Apple do, or Google, certainly. Neumorphism. Look that up. Zach Luke asks if I like honeycomb. I don't mind honeycomb. Not my favorite. Never really was. But Eggo cereal, again, the people who tune into Twitch know that I'm a huge fan of Eggo cereal. I became a fan this year. Oh my god, this milk is really green. I can't really show you, otherwise my cereal will spill. Cisnerd says, hey, thank you for being a part of my tech career. You inspired me to work in the tech industry. I even got to do a video with you regarding Windows 7 VM when you did a call-in video. I remember doing that. I would love to do something like that again, figuring out how to work it in. It's a matter of timing. It's a matter of management. It's not as straightforward, believe it or not, as it used to be. John Deek says, I have the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Is there a way to hack the phone to force the screen to show? Huh? John, I don't even understand that question. Oh, to use all 1200 nits of brightness. Is it possible in the settings? Or it is not possible in the settings. Hey, if it's not possible in the settings, beyond jailbreaking, you get what you get. Matthew Pelosi says, I'm late. Don't worry about it. You're never really late to a live stream. Now it's getting soggy. Which is what Captain Crunch was fighting against. Remember the Soggies back in the day? Back in the 80s? The Soggies? I actually had a little Soggy figurine from the cereal box. It was so much fun. Sidhu Akash says, hi bro, world's first tech YouTuber. I guess I was, but I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a variety streamer. I'm on YouTube, but I'm a horrible YouTuber. Absolutely horrible. Look at my track record. I'm grateful people still watch the things that I upload. And yes, I'm trying to stick to tech. Are you happy? Daniel Fox. That's what happened to my Dell monitors. Those things were massive. They were, but they were a little out of date. DVI. And I ended up using an iMac for a number of years. An Intel iMac. Go Intel. I'm hashtag biased. But these are actually two 2K screens that are connected to the now running Windows 11 NUC PC. They are capable of pushing 120 frames per second. So there are two. And right now, this Windows session, it's not open, so to speak, because I'm using it virtually, remotely, to power this particular stream. But I also have a Mac connected to these two screens, so I basically dual screen between the operating systems at 120 FPS. You can't eat cereal with milk? What? Zach Luke asks, sorry, I missed the name. What would be the perfect smartphone build? I don't know. I think we've seen perfect smartphone builds. The perfect smartphone would be one that ran software fluently, and fluidly, and was pixel perfect in terms of the software spit and polish, because to me the hardware doesn't matter as much as the software. That's the thing that contributes to the experience. So they can keep releasing new hardware. I want to see software improve. I need to see software dramatically improve, which is one of the reasons I'm very hopeful for the future of Windows, given what they're doing with 11. I had these thoughts in videos released this week that you probably watched. They are marching towards a cleaner, overarching experience in Windows. Long overdue. It's one of the reasons why, despite its shortcomings, macOS today happens to be my favorite operating system, because it's clean. It's relatively cohesive. Not perfect, but I feel the best that I could get today. And I'm not, you know, I can't get into the whys and the wherefores. You know good design when you see it. And to me, the perfect smartphone build takes care of its software first and the hardware second. iOS 15 problems, why? Asks Tech Wars. I have no idea, but I love your Stormtrooper Lego avatar. Very much so. And someone just asked also if I'm still on the vegan road. I am Red Tech Neck 70. I am a Redneck Tech, sorry. Tech Neck? How about I just call you Tech Neck? Better than Tech Elbow, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's been going great. I would see no other path forward for me in my life. I'm very happy to be a vegan. Still. I uploaded those videos to this channel too. Again, I'm a horrible YouTuber. John D. asks, Is that a Star Wars spoon? It is. It's a lightsaber spoon. And a Star Wars cereal bowl. Not a pet bowl. Wow, can you see? Can you see the milk? Can you? Okay, hang on. Let me see. Right. Can you see the green? Look, can you see? Can you tell it's green? Or is my color balance too over saturated? Matthew says, it was cool, but I do have to say that even to this day, the iOS 6 podcast app was absolute rubbish. Well, I didn't use that app, so. Zach asks, what's been my favorite decade overall? I grew up in the 80s, so. Normally, if I wasn't doing a live stream at this time on a Saturday morning, I'd be watching old Saturday morning cartoons on YouTube. Like G.I. Joe, Transformers. Well, they weren't really Saturday morning cartoons. They were afternoon cartoons. Weekday. But, you know, like the Snorks, Ewoks, Droids, Smurfs, Gummy Bears. Aloha Android. Hey, thanks for all the shares this week. Tech, Star Wars, Life Advice, 3D printing. You enjoy it all. Oh, who doesn't? I mean, you gotta enjoy more than one thing in life. Like 3D printing more Star Wars stuff. Can't get enough of that. For whatever it's worth, I showed you all last night, didn't I? The Grogu turned out fine in the little pod, and of course we still have these are articulated figures. I've been printing a series of them after doing a few pumpkins, and I know some of you have been watching Twitch, so you know. But do you think things like Samsung DeX mode can become mainstream and make smartphones a desktop PC for people who don't need stationary hardware power? Patrick M., I think that is the promise and potential of Samsung DeX. I am impressed with what they've done. I want to see Samsung flesh it out. The software idea is great. The execution is okay. It's still a little unpolished. It's still a little incongruent. It works well enough. In fact, right now, I'm actually using Samsung DeX mode on my S7 Plus. I'm using the S7 Plus with the NDI app as a camera pointed down at the 3D printer bed. I normally have it as a PIP in the Twitch streams, but I also have other elements in here that don't make any sense on YouTube. But yeah, I find DeX mode to be very, very useful. It basically turns a Samsung device into a desktop that you could plug in and use on Windows or Mac OS, or natively on like a tablet. Samsung DeX is very, very smart, and as I mentioned in one of my videos about the S7 Plus over the past week or two in this channel, I assume you watched. Please do, please. I feel that it handles the tasks that I need on a tablet better than iPad. One of the reasons why I ultimately switched, and I'll be uploading this video soon too, switching to a Galaxy tablet over an iPad. Despite it not being spec'd as high, it's just a better experience with software. Did I ever play Star Wars Droid Works back in the late 90s? I did not. Sorry, Daniel Fox. Goff the Monster says, this is probably the dumbest question. Now, the dumbest question is, did this milk really turn green? Because the answer is yes. Is today the best day for tech? I often feel very nostalgic for early 2000s when things were just erupting and actually changing. So here's the thing. The answer is yes. Today is always the best day. And I understand loving to look back, because I wax nostalgic all the time. I love retro. The idea, though, that tech was better when it wasn't as prevalent is, I don't know, you're romanticizing the past. Because even when I was very excited about home computing, as we used to call it, you know, and playing with a Commodore computer, a VIC-20 at my grandparents' house, or a C64, we couldn't do a lot beyond what that system provided. And I knew the power, promise, and potential of the internet. It took hold of me like instantaneously back in the early 90s. Changed my life, and I knew it would from the first moment I sent a message to somebody sitting across from me in a computer lab. It was incredible. Such an incredible feeling. And that, of course, is advanced. And now I can't imagine my life without something like a smartphone. I can't imagine my life without the wireless internet, right? So you got to be careful about thinking that the best day was in the past. Things were simpler then, yes, but today is we have so many things that we can do, and so many things we have yet to be able to do, so that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, we're going to look back and think, wow, how did we get along without X, Y, or Z? So today is always the best day for tech. Mitchell Wilson II, hey, good to see you, says, man, I need to get some cereal. Yes, and the thing I need to get, members, YouTube members. If you appreciate the things that I'm doing, just consider becoming a YouTube member. I do appreciate it. We've got 500 Twitch subs and maybe 16 YouTube members, so I'm trying to figure out how to boost YouTube membership. Appreciate if you did become a member here on YouTube. You get, the little icon avatar, your name jumps out and all that stuff. And certainly, welcome all the super chats as well, especially during these live streams. I don't think people can give thanks to my channel yet. They can in other channels, but... do I think the Springboard is still lagging on iOS? Yes, I do. Very much so. You notice it more when you open and scroll through apps made by Apple. I'm trying to catch lag on Springboard, but it seems better than iOS 7. Well, it's better. It's not great. iOS still suffers from iOS-ness. I apologize if I miss anything in chat, by the way. Michael Does Life asks, wait for Intel 12th Gen or buy 11th Gen now? Well, it depends. If you can wait, I'd wait until 12th Gen. But, I'm running on an 11th Gen NUC PC, which I absolutely adore. It's very powerful. It does everything I need it to do. If you're someone who needs to be on the bleeding edge, yeah, 12th Gen is going to handle things better than 11th Gen. That kind of goes without saying, or should go without saying. But if a product today fits your needs, and you can't wait, why not leap? Why not do something now? So it just depends on your needs. Not everybody needs to have the latest to enjoy modern platforms. So we were having this discussion the other day on Twitch. I would love to get a 12th gen PC to power my streams. Absolutely, yeah. I'll see if I'll be able to handle that. But I don't think the PC I'm using now, and I'm pointing at it, you can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it. It's on the other side of the desk. I don't want to see my PC. Not a modder. I don't care what it looks like. I want it to work. And I feel that I've got a lot of overhead. Like, even running this stream, let me check the stats here. Yeah, a regular amount of, like, 0.0% overall frames missed due to rendering lag or encoding lag. You're going to get a little bit of that. But, my CPU is currently 8.6%, which is relatively good for what it is that I'm pushing out right now, this video. And streaming and the internet and all that, all the things that the system is doing to keep things running smoothly at 30 FPS. I'm not a 60 FPS streamer as much. There's a lot of overhead that is kind of needless. Tyler Brown says, no cereal, but definitely coffee to keep my Linux caffeinated. Oh, why are you putting coffee in your Linux? That's weird. And when I'm saying you're weird, that's really weird. The best thing Apple's released in years is Apple TV Plus. I watched the final episode of Ted Lasso, and WTF, Nate? Oh my god, I was ready to jump through the screen and throttle him. Yes, light green milk. It's Talisiren milk. Or was. Talisiren milk. It's greener than it appears, because I've got the saturation boosted on this screen. What's my favorite Star Wars movie for each era? Well, now it's Revenge of the Sith, The Empire Strikes Back, and potentially The Rise of Skywalker. So... there you go. But I also like, what they're doing with live action stuff. That I've been waiting for eons. So I'm very excited for the Book of Boba Fett this year. And Star Wars Visions was spectacular. Not being someone who watches anime, I loved Star Wars Visions. I want, like, each of those little cartoons. Well, I guess it wouldn't be cartoons, technically speaking. The animations to be full-on series. They were fantastic. Next-gen Intel is supposed to be a major upgrade. Well, but like I said, not everybody needs to have that, and I realize that, that, of course, when 12th gen's out, absolutely go for it. But, some people just need this much processing power. Some people need this much processing power. And so that's why it's good to have, different options and continuing to push it forward, because today's this much processing power is tomorrow's this much processing power. And that's the beauty of technology, is that everybody has access to it, right? Everybody can get exactly what they need, and you don't need something super powerful to do everything all the time. My Pixel Slate has got a Core, I want to say, it's definitely not a Core i5 or an i7. It's one of the lower end, what is it, M3? i3? I have to look at it again. I tend not to get tripped up in the specs. But it's ample. It does everything it needs it to do. I wouldn't need it to be really any more powerful than that to have a good Chrome OS experience. Would I want something to be faster? Yeah, you'd never hear me say, yeah, make it slower. Unless, I'm playing a retro game. But, you've got to keep in mind that you don't always have to wait for tomorrow's promise to take advantage of what today has to offer. Don't keep yourself from enjoying something and not hitting that ceiling, right? The law of diminishing returns. So, like, 12th gen, I'm sure is going to dramatically improve, a lot of processes, because it's newer. It's going to be, it was done differently. It's 12th gen, not 11th gen. But are you going to see the differences? If you're a gamer, I'm sure you would. If you're a power user, yes, possibly. But there have been times where I'll hold on to a device, like a smartphone, let's say, and it may be on paper spec'd through the charts, spec'd off the charts, through the ceiling. There we go. Mixing metaphors here, Saturday morning. But I can't necessarily feel the difference. Not weight-wise, but I mean in terms of software experience and fluidity. So, you've got to ask yourself that. And I think it all depends on your upgrade wants, needs, and desires, your budget, and what it is that you need to get out of it. And then certainly I have a feeling the hardware would be able to give it to you. Aloha Android says Voltron and Thundercats was his thing when he watched when he was young. Well, keep watching him, Aloha. I love Thundercats. I got the Super 7. The first Thundercats figures I got were the Super 7 5 POA figures. And I think they're going to be releasing like one or two more series of those. So Rohan Desai says TMNT never really got into the Turtles. I do have the Super 7 5 POA figures of those, though. Aziz Light redeemed green. Okay, fine. Because you said that, Regi. I should have had it green, right? I like the Flintstones, not as much as the Jetsons, but I enjoyed a lot of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. How are the parents doing? Tech Wars, they're good. Dad was on the Twitch stream when they were visiting the other week. Oh crap! I'm sorry if I'm missing things. Oh my god, I really gotta catch up. Holy cow! Oh my god, there was a super chat. Oh man, it's much easier to keep up with this on Twitch. Hope you continue to be active on YouTube. I will, Rohan, but only if you continue to be active. And as Avaline notes, I am active every day on Twitch. You've been wondering my thoughts on things like macOS, Big Sur, and Monterey, the new redesign. Well, it's not really it's not really a redesign. I mean, it's iterative. Am I looking forward to the upgrade? Yeah, for sure. But it's not. I'm not excited about it. I mean, there's nothing that Apple's adding to macOS that has me, so absolutely needing to have it immediately. Yeah, it's an upgrade. It's an update, I'll say. I don't know if it's an upgrade yet, because I haven't used the beta. Have I watched the show The Goldbergs? No, but my parents love it. iPhone 13 mini or 13 Pro. House MDBS87. Sorry. Let me just call you House. I get, when y'all have numbers in your name, it depends. Like, you're gonna, man, this has not changed at all. Like, I was saying this like a decade ago, 2 decades ago. Like, it depends. Is 12th gen, for you, or 11th gen? I don't know. Who are you? What do you want? Like, is the iPhone 13 mini better, or is the Pro better? I don't know. What do you want? Some people swear by the mini. I don't know if I could do it. I'm fine with the Pro. I mean, is it big? Yes. Do I carry it around with me everywhere? Absolutely not. So it's less of an issue for me. It depends. What do you want? What's your budget? What do you need? What kind of screen size? That's really what it boils down to. Do you appreciate? Do you see the difference between 60 frames per second and 120 frames per second? I absolutely do. So the difference is spelled out for me. Like, I see an extreme value in that. Not everybody does. Again, I don't want to be rattling off a spec sheet. This is not, it's not something that interests me. Have I seen Skyglass announcement? TV that's very close to Steve Jobs' ambition of Apple TV. Not just a set-top box. Oh, I'll have to check it out. Haven't heard of it. Tech was better way back because spyware was called spyware instead of a product feature IMO. Well, it is what it is. Zyke, thank you so much for the super chat and the sticker. Really appreciate that. And I also think you commented earlier this week. I appreciate that as well. I see avatars and names. Get used to the common ones. You haven't seen me in 7 or 8 years. Have I been? Andreas Miller. I've been live streaming on Twitch every day. If there's enough support here on YouTube, happy to do a live stream here on YouTube every week, or continue to do that, as well as upload videos every day here. So Andreas, you got a little bit of catching up to do. Do I think Apple will fix, asks Lord Doritos 1, the YouTube app Ghost Touch issue in 15.1, or do you think it's a YouTube app issue? It's probably YouTube. It's probably Google. Google has issues with its apps on iOS. Google's apps on iOS run best on an iPad Pro latest gen. I've discovered they work okay on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. It's a code optimization issue. That's a software thing, and I would point specifically to Google on that, not so much Apple, for that particular problem. Dan Wood, hey, good to see you. Wait, Dan, did you follow me? I want to say someone named Dan just followed me on Twitch yesterday. Let me scroll back through the list of names. We're up to 6,200 people there on Twitch, which has just been an amazing amount of support. Dan Wood UK, yeah, 2 days ago. Very nice. Have I got an M1 Mac yet? Game changer. Oh, no doubt. You know, that's the great thing about technology, and there are no winners in a race that never ends. So it's always good to have competition. I'm going to say that with my Intel hat on. Aloha Android asks, how hard is it to vlog, and was that the challenging? What was the challenging parts of doing it? The time and the return. It was fun. I'm glad we did what we did. I've noodled on the idea of taking the iPhone 13 Pro Max on the road and having Diana hold on to it and vlog, and maybe I don't know if it's like a live vlog. I have to make it tech related if I'm going to upload it to this channel, otherwise people's heads will, melt. And I thought I hadn't had a chance to talk about the car that we have right now, the Chevy Bolt 2022. So I thought I would talk through a few of the features on it. It'd be kind of neat. What PC am I using? What are the specs? Snare drummer specs are Core i7, 11th gen, 16 gigs of RAM. It's running the stream. It's very powerful. Powerful enough for my needs. It's running Windows 11. The upgrade went very seamlessly for me. My primary use case is OBS as a creator, so I'm happy. How does the NUC compare to the Raspberry Pi? No idea. I've never really had a Raspberry Pi, but for my needs, a Raspberry Pi would not work. An Intel NUC is perfect. It's small, unobtrusive, out of the way, and very powerful. Carlos says, I love the tech talk. In my opinion, you're about tech. I still remember Call for Help. Yes, and that's what I'm doing on Twitch. And, oh my God, I gotta... If I miss anything, you may have to repeat yourself. I apologize. When you joined Intel, I thought I was going to notice something different in your socials. Or socials? Wondering what your job is like. It's different. I have a new role at Intel. I'm a product manager, which is really exciting because that gives me a chance to apply everything that I've known as a user, as a member of the community, to a product. Don't want to get into it too deeply, but it's the thing that I always wanted to do and never really had an opportunity until really this year. I've been at Intel for 2 or 3 years now. It's exciting, but there's more to my life than that role. There's much more to my life that plays a part in the life, but not. I don't live for a job. I live for the opportunity to help shape product, and I've always been that way. So if you expected me to turn into a marketing automaton, yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint. I very much am myself. Corey Moore also wanted to throttle Nate. Not like you want to throttle iOS, though, right? Am I right, Corey? You live near Calabasas, California. Could have sworn you saw me a couple weeks ago, months ago. Oh, that definitely wasn't me. I'm gonna keep scrolling because I can't see anything. A streamer behind on chat? Say it isn't so. Oh, Tyler, you must watch streamers. How do I handle tech privacy? Asked Scott Cordick. I live in a shack in the middle of nowhere and don't get online anywhere and never interact with anybody and don't do things. You know, ultimately, I do my best to minimize my footprint. It's one of the reasons I don't get a lot of hardware, and I tend to be very minimal in terms of what it is that I use and what it is that I do. That's all you can do. So I keep it manageable. Very manageable. I don't get anything and everything, which makes me a horrible tech YouTuber. But again, when have I ever been one? And I'm a horrible YouTuber, so there you go. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm a live streamer. That's why I love doing this. I love it. Honestly, I'll tell you, I love answering questions in this format on this forum more so than I like shooting videos that more people are probably going to watch. You stopped eating cereal a while back. Oh, come back in. Come back in. The cereal water is fine. Okay, maybe it's not water. Maybe it's green milk, but every week, every Saturday. Rohan Joby, thank you so much. You are now a basic geek. I appreciate the membership. I appreciate it. So the cool thing about being a member on YouTube is, number one, you'll jump out. So like in the chat, your name will jump out more. You'll get a little avatar. It's very appreciated. 1, 2, you also, in comments, your name will jump out because you'll get a little avatar. You'll be shown as a top supporter being a YouTube member. So thank you for being a YouTube member. That really does mean a lot to me. We're gonna make a battle. How many... Can we get more YouTube members than Twitch subs? I don't know. Is it gonna happen? I don't know. Thoughts on a foldable phone? This is actually what I was oh, Fix'em Dude, one of our moderators. Fix'em Dude has moderator capabilities here on YouTube. He's one of our mods on Twitch. Have I seen the Red Magic 6S phone? It looks pretty cool for gaming. I have not. I tend not to follow the smartphone trends. I probably should. I don't get smartphone review units because I have to buy the devices. So unless I can figure out another way of getting them, you know, and working them within my flow, I usually don't. So I tend not to get pulled in. I don't care so much about the hardware. I care more about the software. That's stayed true forever. But if you want your YouTube to grow, stay on YouTube. Well, I am. I'm uploading videos to YouTube. That's what YouTube wants. I don't know if YouTube wants live video. We'll see how this turns out today. And if y'all show up, and if we can keep that membership growing. Fix'em Dude, thank you so much for the super chat. What? Chris Pirillo is still on YouTube? Nice. I know. I'm trying. Give me credit. I figured out how to do it. I'm like, you know, I couldn't just do YouTube on its own. And the energy that I've gotten from the community on Twitch over the past year has given me that boost, given me that much more oomph to figure out how to make everything else work again. And I figured out the flow, or at least for now. I figured out how to make this happen, with me being able to stay true to my roots, shooting things live to tape, and then uploading those clips effectively to YouTube. And seemingly people are good with that, and I'm very grateful for that level of attention that people may give, because it's harder and harder to break through on YouTube, and certainly can't overproduce a video. I'll be talking about this in a video that's going to be shared in this coming week, but I can't do it like other YouTubers. I'm never going to be perfectly polished. I'm going to be conversational in nature, direct, honest, raw. I mean, I'm not saying other people aren't honest, but you just get me typically in an unedited fashion, and that is, according to some on Reddit, very refreshing. My office hasn't changed in a decade. Oh, Caleb, you have no idea. Give me a second. I'll show you something. You remember the vlog when I met up with Roberto Cordero? Oh, he's so awesome. Oh, Corey Spencer, thank you so much for becoming a basic geek. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've got another member who's come in. My office has changed. A, it's not called an office anymore. B, this is my play shop. There's a 3D printer on the desk. There's the camera I'm using. I'm just gonna stand up, show everybody. Oh yeah, it's changed. For real. All the camera shots, all the test camera shots that I take, you know, they are taken with, let's just say, a variety of angles, or from a variety of angles. Yeah, but to say that my office has not changed any, yeah, you're missing out, dude. You are missing out. I do. There's more over here too, by the way. Sorry. I do have to say, as I bring this over again, I do have to say, sorry, I had to move away from the mic there. I need to get my CRT repaired. It is, one of the capacitors I think is blown, and I got a friend who thinks he can do it. One of the Twitch streamers. Fixham's a mod? Oh god, I'll be kicked soon. No, damn it, it's Karen! Y'all loved the finale of Ted Lasso too. Caught your tweet this morning, I replied, thank you. Hey, look at that! Y'all, that's great! Another YouTube member, Carlos Cavazos. Thank you so much. It shows a lot. It means a lot. I appreciate the faith. We're gonna keep a score every week, like YouTube subs 500, Twitter or Twitch members. Now I think we're at 19. So there's a bit of catching up that needs to happen. YouTube versus Twitch, right? So I'm gonna try it I'm gonna do YouTube for a few weeks and see where the numbers are. Don't want to do it right now because it would be a little bit of an unfair advantage. Andrew Hayes says, I survived the night with Chucky in the house. I did. Well, Chucky's in the garage. If you missed it last night on Twitch, they sent me a Chucky doll, like a life-size Chucky doll. My god. We're going to use it for Halloween, then I'm not sure what's going to happen with Chucky. Snare Drummer asks if I'm going to get the Microsoft Duo 2. No plans right now. I'd love to review it, but I'm not going to spend the money. I don't have budget for it because I can't figure out where it would fit. I recently had to make a decision on a new tablet. Well, didn't have to make a decision. I use a tablet every day. As I mentioned, I'm using it specifically for the live stream camera pointed down at the 3D printer. When it is. I don't have the PIP up in the YouTube view here. But the whole thing about the tablet that I needed, it had to be either iOS or Android. So Windows was not an option for me. But it looks like a good upgrade. You know, I've recommended Microsoft Surface PCs for a number of years. Because I like the software. It's clean, it's uncluttered, it's straightforward, you know, and that's me. I'm more of a software purist. Not that I mind when OEMs put useful software on their systems, because they have. Been very happy with my Dell, the laptop that I tested Windows 11 on. It works just fine. Big Jano, good to see you, another Twitch streamer. Big Jan, I'd do a shout out, but you can't do that on YouTube. We also can't rate anybody. Can you believe we cannot rate anybody here on YouTube? Oh, it sucks. Is this pre-recorded? Asks Sirstus. It is not. Rohan Joby says, I'm glad to be a member of your channel, Chris. Yes, felt happy to rediscover your channel recently. Wanted to share that happiness with you in terms of being a member. Thank you, Rohan. Use it to your advantage. Comment, your name, you know, it pops out. It's very, very helpful. Every sub counts to me on Twitch, and every member counts here on YouTube. So thank you very much. Kind of keep it going. Corey Man says, Chris, I have to thank you personally. Got me in the tech field. Oh, cool. Well, I hope you're having fun with that. I never really got into the tech field. I just kind of fell into it, even though it's not really a tech. What I'm doing now with Intel is definitely tech field. But like what I was doing before, I was more of a creator. In fact, I don't think my creator career is done by any stretch. I still am very interested in building products, services, experiences for people who are creators like me. I have a kinship with them, fellow creators, my peers. And technology is the way that you do that. So technology to me becomes a means to an end, not the end itself. Not the destination, but an enabler. Holy action figures, yes. Can you have this room? No, damn it, it's Karen. You cannot. Those red curtains are iconic. They are. So are the desks and the lights. Rob's Classic Commercials and Retro Stuff. Ooh, I love that channel name. I'm a software guy like you. You can make the most spec'd out piece of tech, but software is bad. You won't do any good. Rob, trust me, keep watching the videos. I hammer that point over and over and over again. Giannis Regas, good to see you again. Hey, look at that. Sysnerd has become a basic geek. I don't know. You have to name the tiers. You have to, like, advanced geek, basic. I don't know. I haven't touched it in years. But basic geek, yes, basic. Basic is good in this sense. Maybe I need to rename that. But basic is also kind of like a play on, you know, remember basic, the programming language, 10 print, you know, hello world, 20 go to 10 run, you know, basic. So it's kind of it's a play on that. Yes, his Twitch is okay. Oh yeah, Carlos, one of the members, says, if you want your YouTube to grow, stay on YouTube. I am! I'm doing it! Your perspective on focusing on software really helped reevaluate my affinity to Apple. Android isn't perfect, but I'm enjoying it. Khalid, honestly, I'm just saying, trust your own eyes. You know, you have to understand it's not just... And I understand people make, you know, really good videos around the hardware, but like I want to talk about the software. The software's everything to me. Always has been, always will be. To me, the hardware is nothing more than just, you know, here's the software. Like, oh yes, this is a good software experience, or I don't care about the hardware because the software isn't what I feel it needs to be. Gift members. Yeah, you can't gift members here, I don't think. Unless you can. Can you gift members? What can you do? You can do super chats during live. I don't have the thanks feature yet because I'm an old YouTuber, but not a YouTuber. Don't call me a YouTuber. Don't catch me calling myself a YouTuber. Don't even catch me calling myself a Twitcher. I'm a streamer, a live streamer, a variety streamer, a creator. Independent of platform. To the point where I mentioned earlier, I'm thinking not long after this, I'm going to jump on Twitter and do a spaces on Twitter. You can join there too because there's a potential of bringing people up on stage. And do like a tech time on Twitter. I want to try it. I like the idea of interacting and geeking out like this with people who are also live. But that's what I feel is my foundation, which has also been a great show on Apple TV Plus. Have I mentioned that Apple TV Plus is the best thing Apple's released in years? It's true, and I watch it on my Chromecast. You enjoy raids? Yes, well, of course, that's only Twitch. Malcolm Lacey, thank you so much for becoming a member. Y'all are doing great. This is exactly what I was hoping was going to happen, to see if we can kind of spur on a Twitch versus YouTube thing. You know, make this am I going to be able to do live video on YouTube and get, you know, drive membership, continue to do things on Twitch and drive subs? You know, that to me is in figuring out how that's going to work is what I'm interested in doing. So thank you, Malcolm Lacey. Appreciate you being a basic geek, and you got a little Boba Fett, which means I think you've been a geek before, which is awesome. Coreyman0, thank you so much for being a basic geek. Appreciate that support. Any updates on creator decks? Ivan Garcia, thank you for the super chat for one. Second, unfortunately the team wasn't the right team, and that it fell apart. And I wanted it to be the thing, and I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep reaching for my dreams and my goals of creating software experiences for creators. I don't have anything to talk about right now. I've had certain conversations, loose conversations with people who can develop and have had experience with this stuff to continue to move toward building something for creators, like seriously doing something, not just for creators, but for their communities as well. I just believe that is where I would find the most amount of satisfaction with what it was that I've done over all these years. I don't just want to be a creator. I want to help other creators as well. And technology is the way to do it. So see, it's all tech. You can't do one. You can't have one without the other. You love the square lights? Oh, the ticks clocks, yes. You love how YouTube can do different tiers of membership? Yeah, Big Jano, that you can do the same thing on Twitch. It's different, obviously. I mean, each one of them has its benefits. What I wish YouTube did was treat YouTube live video better than it does, because I don't think YouTube... And again, I'll be uploading a video over the next few days that I shot on Twitch. If you want a sneak peek of what's coming down the pike on YouTube, join on Twitch, because you get everything. But the segmented video, I've got a couple of videos about YouTube versus Twitch coming up this week. Hello from Ireland. Well, hello from Seattle. Hello, Seattle. Pez Liz is late. Another one of our mods. Very helpful mod. Oh, I thought someone was trying to run a Kappa gen. Oh, Sri Lanka. Yes, I'm surprised we don't have more people saying Sri Lanka. I'm very happy that Chanix Bro shouted me out at the beginning of the year. I wasn't ready for it. Got a huge influx of subs, but I hadn't figured out what I wanted to do with YouTube at that point. I've done a lot with the YouTube channel. 8,000 videos, something like that. So a lot of them I think are gone, but if you're still here from Sri Lanka, you're welcome to join the community. Although most people are, have known me for some time, happy to welcome new people. Pezliz, a member for 36 months. 36! I think she's got the record. Where is tech? There you go. Let's talk tech, everyone. You weren't expecting that Bad Batch joke, were you? Huh? Yeah? Tech? Look, if you say you're into tech, you need to go buy the Tech Bad Batch Black Series from Hasbro figure. Comes with all sorts of accessories. All sorts. Rather amazing. This is Tech, one of the clones from the Bad Batch. Bad Batch was awesome. But yeah. Tech. So there we go. In honor of Tech, we're going to keep Tech. So that way, you can't say, Chris, I tuned into the live stream, and there was no Tech. I just proved you wrong. Ah! You can clip on YouTube, too. I haven't done it yet. No, not a YouTuber, but more of you're a tech informer. She does blame. A licky boom boom down. Some down the lane. A licky boom boom down. Does anybody else remember Snow? The one-hit wonder. Pezliz says, Team Twitch, but OG YouTube. Yes, it is true. It is very true. Hup Lim Un asks, would I use the iPhone 13 mini as my daily driver? Oh, from Malaysia. Good to see you. Welcome. Would I? I don't know. I mean, if I had no choice, you might remember earlier this year, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but this was very well documented on Twitch. Right in the middle of the broadcast, my Pixel 4 XL just died, and that was my driver. And I was like, what am I going to do? And the only other viable phone I had around was the iPhone 8 Plus. So I basically switched to it, and I used the iPhone 8 Plus for a week before deciding what it was I wanted to do, and then ultimately went to the Galaxy S21 Ultra. And it was very happy, very satisfied with that decision. But if I had to, I would. The Mini would not be my choice. Diminutive size is fine for some people, but honestly, I became a huge fan of the phablet. Not into foldables. I still feel they're still in the realm of gimmickry. And there's some, I mean, Ben Schoon over on 9to5 Google has documented he's had several issues with the glass cracking and destroying the foldable form. Like, I don't want to pay for that. Would I review one? Sure, but like, how am I going to get the? I got to figure out like sponsorship options, or boosting membership, or doing something to be able to have like a regular device budget, because I don't want to spend money on something that I can't use. But yeah, I went to the iPhone 8 Plus enough to say to believe that iOS still wasn't there for me. I've got the iPhone 13 Pro Max. In fact, let me move my nipple nipple milk, right? And flip over to the other one. And by the way, if I miss your shout-outs, I'm getting my way through chat, so keep the super chats coming if you can. Thank you, Aloha Android, for becoming a basic geek. Very appreciated. Very, very, very appreciated. Sorry, I got to scroll here. Big Jano, thank you for the shout-out. Let's please the algorithm gods. Also, does this start the hype train? Big Jano, no hype trains on YouTube. So, I'm going to flip over to the, this is actually the iPhone camera. This is what I demonstrated the other day. This is an iPhone mounted and connected directly to my NUC PC, and it's specifically pointed down at the desk. This is at an angle such that, when I go through and I clean up my prints, right? I don't have to switch camera angles. I don't have to do anything crazy like that. And by the way, the prototype Stormtrooper series that I have is not 3D printed. 3D printed. There's a clone under here, by the way. So I'm not going to go through and tear off all the supports right now. But the idea is that I could use the iPhone camera. And so that's what I'm using right now. I'm using the iPhone. This what you're seeing here, and I'm just using the telephoto lens. So the iPhone works great for video. And the reason why I went with the 13 Pro Max over a Mini is specifically for this use case. Not to use it as an iPhone, but a second camera. So, everyone's got a different use case for their devices. I don't think I could use a Mini, though. I think I'd be more of a Pro. Aloha Android, yes, thank you so much for becoming a basic geek, driving the membership number incrementally north. I think the most members that we ever had on YouTube, 50. I think 50 was the ceiling I hit, and that's when I realized I'm never going to be able to sustain YouTube with this. There's no way, and I had to sideline it for a while. Well, Stella got his groove back, and he also got his maybe not like perfectly colored kyber crystals, but I like printing out kyber crystals in these different filament colors here. Got a little bit of support to remove, I'll do that. But anyway, got a little crystal. Lovely color, army green, printed solid. I can't do a trigger, unfortunately. Curious to know if cloud is really safe. I understand data can be kept encrypted and rest in transit, but the key is also managed the same cloud platform. Can't CSP the key and crack data. Akshay, I mean, ultimately, the best, I believe in, if you don't need to do it, don't do it. If it doesn't need to be there, don't have it there. It's like one of the reasons why I minimize software and hardware and all that stuff is just minimizing it. I mean, I know all those issues are going to be inevitable, and you just do your best to recognize that the cloud is, it's the internet. That's all it is. It's the internet, and you're only as good as the company that's holding it. That's the bottom line. Miles says, glad to see you back in action. Remember as a teen watching me on the website while streaming. Yes, that's what I'm doing every night on Twitch. And I know Liz and potentially Fix'em Dude can or even Big Jano. I don't know if non-mods can post links, but they may be throwing links in there. Miles, I am uploading videos every day to YouTube now. Again, I have been doing that really, but okay, I'm keeping them related to tech so you can all be happy. Tech. Do I ever clip on camera lenses to accent my phone's cam? I do not. Get to the point already. I love that. You and I would never get along. Chris, or am I getting the Pixel 6 Pro? That's the plan. Pentaxenstein is going to be sponsoring it. Very grateful for that. Very, very much looking forward to the Pixel 6 Pro. I laid down some of those thoughts last night on Twitch. Those extended thoughts will be shared here on YouTube in another week or so. You are not. You can't be. Yeah, I am. And by the way, I'm welcoming new members. So if you want to sign up to become a member on YouTube, please do, because pretty soon I'm going to make this a battle between Twitch and YouTube. For real, for live streaming. Where would I spend more time and attention? I got to go to where the community is, and right now they're on Twitch. So I'm seeing if the community is also interested in being here. Don't know. Oh man, I missed a lot. Aveline French, a member for 36 months, says YouTube needs to have a hype train. I totally agree. Completely and totally agree. Absolutely agree. You want Pirillo Teen Palpy? What we have to decide what triggers a Pirillo Teen on YouTube, because there's no hype train. Like, because there's no real way of tracking, right? How do we get Emperor Palpatine to visit us on YouTube? And by the way, to get to the point already, that username, you and I would never get along because I'm always talking. I never shut up. Jay Nostro says, hey Chris, can you do a Windows versus Mac OS video? Recently moved to Mac OS to struggle to find what's better about it. I could, ultimately, this is what I would say about that. You gotta treat each OS as what it is, not what it isn't. And I said this years ago about iOS versus Android. Like, they each have their benefits, and they each have their drawbacks, but you've got to treat Mac OS like it's Mac OS. Stop trying to treat it like Windows. Stop trying to see it like Windows. Stop. Because that's ultimately going to destroy your experience. Capital G says, hey Chris, hope you're well. I am. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. If I miss anything in chat, I apologize. Like I said, it's a little more challenging to catch up on than Twitch. You seem happier since you started focusing more on tech. Nathan, I don't think that's not exactly accurate. I think I'm happier because I believe I figured out how to make it work. And you might remember years ago, I mean, I always loved live streaming. It's one of the reasons why, in 2021, I said, I'm going to live stream every day. That's a promise I made myself. And I have. I've done that. And out of that came, the thought like, well, what if I did this? What if I tried this? What if I did this? So now, I've got a routine. Live on Twitch every evening. And I was trying to I was like, what am I going to do with YouTube? I don't know what I want to do with it. Because I can't, and I realized my weakness potentially was my strength. Because I cannot produce a tech video like the tech YouTubers can, because I'm not a YouTuber. I was like, what am I going to do? Because I just want to do it my way. And my way is conversational. It's direct. It's responsive like this. And I realized that could very well be a strength. not a weakness, because it makes me stand out even more, and people have commented on their own volition that this is the case. So I'm like, all right, well, I really want to do other types of videos. So I ended up making a new YouTube channel. It's the Chris Pirillo Advice. It's been up for maybe a month or so. And every day on Twitter and YouTube and TikTok, I'm posting little inspirational videos. So you can go and let me go ahead. Let's see here. Ideas are worthless. Actually execute. Hang on, let me do this again. Ideas are worthless. Actually executing your ideas in some way is where you build their value, but only if you take the time to make it happen. Don't just sit there and tell me about your idea. Show me. Let me see it to understand it. Otherwise, it's just another great idea that won't go anywhere. Ideas are worthless. Did you make a mistake yesterday? Get in line. It's not a matter of what you weren't able to do before. It's a question of whether or not you decide to take advantage of the time you have today. That is your advantage. You're already ahead of the person who can't stop living in the past. Did you make a mistake yesterday? So I post to Get in line. TikTok, Instagram, all sorts of places, such that, I can, here's the QR code. Not like you're going to scan the QR code on your screen, but it's Chris Pirillo over on TikTok, everywhere. But I post these shorts, and I was doing that in this channel for a little bit, and I realized, I'm not sure if shorts are going to go anywhere. I knew that I wanted to do live video, so I'm clipping segments, the tech-related segments from the Twitch streams, posting them here on YouTube. That seems to be going well, or well enough for now. But again, live video. I'm like, I still want to do live video. I'm like, maybe I need to give YouTube video or live video a shot. Let's just see how many members would be interested, or how many people would be interested in being members on YouTube. Because it's not a challenge to find subs on Twitch. It's very easy. Twitch makes it very simple. YouTube makes things very difficult to do, especially if you don't have a good community foundation. So I'm going to try, but I don't know if I'm going to hit a ceiling. I don't know what that ceiling is going to be. I don't know when I would hit that ceiling, as in this is as far as I could get, because that's what's happened with YouTube before. I hit a ceiling and I can't get past it. So I ultimately have to play to my strengths. I've not hit a ceiling on Twitch. I don't think I ever will, because it works differently. On Twitch, live streaming is the feature. On YouTube, it is a feature. So, you learn to you learn to shift and adapt, and that's the thing. As technology evolves, as platforms evolve, I've needed to change too. I mean, I've upgraded my equipment. I don't know if you could tell. Certainly have figured out how to make what it is I can do work even as those platforms change. Because I've changed, certainly. But there are certain things that I'm more interested in doing than other things. And I realize it's a bit nebulous, but I think you understand what it is that I'm saying. I have no problem in changing, but I can't be inauthentic. That would be disingenuous. I'm not into trying to be someone I'm not, which would make it difficult for me to do the traditional or typical YouTube thing. But could also, have me run smack into a wall with YouTube again. So we're gonna try doing YouTube live once a week. Live on Twitch, of course, every day, including tonight at 6 p.m. I want to try doing Tech Time on Twitter, in a Twitter space. So if you're following me on Twitter, you could join that too. And I don't know how that's... I just want to try. I want to experiment, but it's all live. I love... Live is my thing. Always has been. I hate people who try to, tell me what I was. I'm like, no, I was always live. Do you not remember how live I was? It was always live. It's always live. Live is always too exciting for me. Try doing a few days live streaming on Twitch and another few days on YouTube. Now, I don't want to go back and forth. I've got to make it, you've got to be regular. You've got to have a consistency to it. So the only way for me to do a YouTube live video now is on the weekend, right? A Saturday. I don't know if I'd do a Saturday, Sunday. I think just one day a week YouTube live is probably enough, because the problem is I'm also running into an issue with the quote-unquote the algorithm on YouTube. And if you do the wrong thing, it doesn't matter how many people want to see you, they never will. And that's a frustration of mine. Because I can tell you, a lot of YouTubers run into that problem. All the more reason I'm not a YouTuber. 80 people watching YouTube, that's more on Twitch? Not necessarily. a big fan. Moreover, on Twitch, I may have more people who support me watching. And I don't mean support me, I should say, let me clarify. Subs. More subs watch on Twitch than I have YouTube members on, or than I have members on YouTube. My hope is to be able, like I said earlier, is to bring them in parity, in line with one another. We've run into about, we've hit an hour. So that was about the right amount of time that I thought I would do a live stream. But thank you everybody for being here. I'll be live on Twitch again, as I am every day. And I'll be uploading, another YouTube video to this channel tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. I right now tentatively plan to do YouTube live again next Saturday. The topics are pretty much in your hands. You ask questions, I answer them. May not be the answers you want, but they're the answers I have. Maybe experiment this week on Twitter, doing some tech time. Gotta be careful saying tech talk, because it sounds too much like TikTok now. You've been a sub for almost a decade here. Okay, see, a sub on YouTube is not the same as a sub on Twitch. A sub on Twitch means you are supporting me directly. A sub on YouTube just means you subscribe, which is great. I will take any amount of support I possibly can get. I appreciate the direct support much more so, because it's easier and it's more sustainable for someone like me. Pirillo team to close out the hour. Okay, fine, Liz. Fine. Only because we got a few new YouTube members. Oops. Oh, shoot.
Hello, my pitiful friends. I was told to come onto the stream before it ends, because it seems that Chris has babbled long enough. Yes, I can feel the hate flowing through you. I love it. I also love that I knocked over some crap that Chris has here in his play shop. He's lucky I don't open all the packages he wants to stay shut. That's what you get. Yes, that's what everybody gets. You're lucky to have me here, because otherwise Chris would be ending this video. Lame. People still watch him? Like anybody ever would. I think you have far more important things to do on Saturday morning than watch some nerd talk from this chair that smells like farts. Do you know why? Because I fart in his chair.